Proper Akida, Quran and Sunnah, Quran and Sunnah, Minhaj and Akida, actions speak louder than words,
Sunnah following kids, come with me.
Gotta work hard to get to heaven. Treat the people good like the prophet would. Proper Akida, Quran and Sunnah, Quran and Sunnah, Minhaj and Akida, actions speak louder than words,
Okay, Aina alhamdulillah, wa salat wa salam ala wa rasulullah. I'd like to welcome everybody to our weekly class for new shahadas and also for the Muslim youth here. This is our series that's based on two books. One of the books written by Dr. Karim Abu Zaid called entitled Jews Amma. And then the other book is a collection of hadiths written by Sheikh Muhammad Said Atli entitled He Was. And that's a book of hadiths put together by Sheikh Muhammad Said Atli addressing the character and the personality of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to help give you an understanding of who our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was, so you can try to emulate his character, his behavior, and also to teach you about him so you can develop that allegiance and that love for him. So let's get started. And for those of you who are on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Kick, Rumble, and Twitch, you should be able to see me live because I am streaming simultaneously on all these different platforms. For those of you who are on other programs that cannot see me streaming live, then please open up a tab on your cell phone or your tablet and go to YouTube. And when you go to YouTube, go to my channel entitled SunnahFollowers, and click on the live stream so you can see me streaming live and you will see the background, because what I'm getting ready to post up now is the PowerPoint to these two books that I am going to be teaching from for this class. And let me post them now. And here they are. And for those of you who do not have these books, please go to Amazon. You can purchase both of these books from Amazon. And this class is held every Sunday at 6 p.m. And that's a picture of Dr. Karim Abu Zaid. And that's the first book called My First Jews Amma. And this is a book that summarizes the last 33 chapters of the Quran. And then the second picture is a picture of Dr. Karim Abu Zaid. It's a picture of Sheikh Muhammad Said Atli, and that is his book next to it, entitled He Was, and it can also be purchased from Amazon as well. So let's go ahead and get started on this class. And this class is great for the new Shahadas too, because you're learning about the Quran, you're learning about the authentic Sunnah, just like the Muslim youth are. And this is, I don't use much Arabic, so that way it's in English, plain, simple English, to help you understand your religion better. And yes, I use the pictures. A lot of people ask me, why do I use the pictures? Because in this day, in this era, it's important for you to know who you're taking your knowledge of Islam from, because there's so many people out there who talk about Islam, but most of them are known as Ruwaybida. They're people who talk about Islam, but they have no knowledge and understanding of it. And the prophet warned about these people. So you need to know who you're taking your knowledge of Islam from. So the top picture is Dr. Kareem Abu Zaid. I am teaching all his books here at SunnahFollowers. And the bottom picture is Sheikh Muhammad Saeed Atli. I teach all of his books here too. Those are the only people's books I teach at this website. Okay. And they are not Ruway Bida. They are reputable scholars of this religion. Okay, so let's get started. And we're going to start off with a Juz Amma. This is how the book looks. Please go to Amazon.com and purchase the book. And that is the picture of Dr. Kareem Abu Zaid. And we're going to go over one of the last chapters of the Quran, of the 33 chapters of the Quran, Surat At-Tariq. Surat At-Tariq. Okay? This is one of the last 33 chapters of the Quran. Okay? We're going to summarize the meaning of this chapter tonight. So everyone pay attention. Everyone take notes. You guys can see it? Okay, I'm giving you a second. The sister here said can ask me to hold on for a second so she can open it up on her phone. Okay, let me know. Because once you open it up on your phone, yeah, I'm going to have to make it bigger for myself to read it, so I might not be able to. Right. Okay. You got it? Okay. Yeah, that's how the book looks. Yes, Amazon.com. Dr. Kareem Abu Zaid. That's his name there. Yeah, I'm teaching, inshallah. I hope Allah keeps me living long enough so I can complete all of the books he's putting out. I'm teaching all of his books. All of his books are incorporated into the curriculum here at SunnahFollowers. Okay, this is the one. Yes, great for the new shahadas. Okay, so tonight we're going to go over, summarize the chapter of the Quran known as Surat At-Tariq. This is the surah of the Quran. In English, it translates to mean the night visitor. And this chapter of the Quran was revealed in Mecca. And the fact that it was revealed in Mecca should tell you something. What does that tell you? Can anybody remember? The simple fact that this chapter of the Quran was revealed in Mecca should tell you something. What does that tell you? Can anyone remember? The fact that it was revealed in Mecca. That should tell you what? Who can remember? Go ahead, Tahira.
Building their faith.
Exactly. The fact that this chapter of the Quran was revealed in Mecca should tell you that it has to do with Iman, or your faith. Because most of the chapters of the Quran that were revealed in Mecca have to do with developing your belief in Allah. They have to do with your aqidah, your Iman, your belief in Allah. So this chapter, it teaches about how Allah is the protector, and how not only is Allah the protector, but how Allah watches and sees everything, how nothing is hidden from him, how he can see everything. So it's a chapter of the Quran that tells you about two of Allah's names, how he's the protector and how nothing is hidden from him. And this chapter of the Quran begins by speaking about a special star that shines bright in the sky, and how that star reminds us of Allah's existence and Allah's power. So when you look up like this picture here, you look up at the sky on a dark night, you will see this light that comes from this one star. And you will wonder why, out of all those thousands of stars, how it is that this one star can produce all that light. You know, it'll remind you that there is something greater than everything here, that there's an entity greater than you, greater than me, greater than that star itself. And that entity is Allah, and how powerful He is. And also, when you read this chapter of the Quran, by the way, for this person that's on this program, you need to stop typing or I'm gonna ban you, because I am Ustada Laila Nasheeba, qualified to teach. I don't know who you are, but I don't need you to be typing your misguided information there. So you need to stop typing or I will ban you up out of here. Okay? I have new shahadas here learning from me. I don't need no help. I don't need no misguided person to try to put their comments in. And I know I don't have no help in here, but I got Allah to help me. So you need to stop typing. I'm getting ready to kick you up out of here. All right? I'm not playing today. All right? Okay, so I'm sorry guys. Y'all just don't know how hard I'm on all these different platforms trying to teach this basic aqidah, and y'all just don't know. I don't have much help, and it is so hard. Oh, Allah, give me patience. Y'all just keep me in your dua, please, because I'm telling y'all don't know how. This is jihad. Giving dawah is jihad, y'all. I'm riding on that horse. I'm a dusky rider. In the name of Allah, y'all got to make dua for me. This is so hard. But anyway, I've lost my train of thought. But anyway, this surah, when you look up at that in the sky and you see that shining star at night, and I hope you brothers understand this to what I'm saying too. You look up and you see that one bright star. One of the brothers here is asking me, does that one bright star, could that be the North Star? Allah knows best. Because when I don't know, Allah knows best if it's the North Star. We know living in the northern hemisphere of the earth. We're living in America. This is the northern hemisphere of the earth. The brightest star that we see is known as the North Star. Okay, so for us, that's what it would be, but I don't know. So I'm not going to try to guess. But anyway, that when you look up and see the North Star for this part of the earth, the northern hemisphere, when you look and see that that North Star shines bright and that North Star guides you, that helps you to realize that there is an entity greater than yourself. And that can only help you to believe in the existence of Allah. Good job, brother 10782, that you made that connection. That's what this surah is all about. Good job that you made that connection. May Allah bless you for that. So when you read this surah, that's what Allah sent it down for. You know, He made that parable, that connection there. When you read that, it shows you that Allah is watching over us. Just as the stars help to guide us. That's the parable. I'm glad you got that connection. Just like the stars help to guide us at night. The stars watch over us at night. Allah watches over us all the time. And also when you read this chapter, Allah swears by the night visitor to remind us that He's always watching over us, just as He watches over the stars. And this surah tells us that every person, each and every one of us has a guardian. And Allah is always protecting us. Remember, I told you guys how each and every one of us has a jinn assigned to us. And that jinn's job is to try to seduce us to commit evil. Well, guess what? We also have an angel assigned to our heart too. That angel is assigned to try to whisper to us to do good. So that's the other side of that coin. We have an angel assigned to our heart too that tries to get us to do what's good. Plus we have the angels assigned to our over our shoulders. We have angels assigned to the front of us. We have angels assigned to the back of us. And their job is to protect us against what's not meant for us. That's why as Muslims, we should not fear, man. That's why we should not be superstitious, because nothing is going to happen to you that was not meant to happen, because those angels that are assigned to the front of us and that are assigned to the back of us, they will protect us against whatever is not meant for us. Okay? So Allah lets us know that we have guardians assigned to us to protect us from that. And also Allah lets us know in this chapter of the Quran that He too is our protector. If you believe in Him, when life gets hard, when the unbelievers, try to foil Allah's plans, when the unbelievers, just like me, I'm sitting here on the internet, I'm engaged in battle. I'm engaged in outward battle. I'm doing jihad. I'm doing jihad against the unbelievers. Every time I go live, every time I teach Islam, I got the kafirs coming at me on all these different platforms, coming in my Zoom room, coming on all these platforms, taking the video cameras, taking the mics, trying to defeat and stomp out the dawah. Okay? Allah will never give them victory over me. Allah will never give them victory over Him. Okay? Allah will always foil their plans. We just have to believe that. Okay? As long as you believe in Allah, as long as you trust in Allah, Allah will always foil the plans of the unbelievers. And Allah will always provide a way out for you. Just like today, I came in here to give the dawah. I didn't have nobody around to help me in the Zoom, but I got a way, did it myself, locked it up. Okay? Allah will always find a way for the truth to prevail. He's always there to protect us, to help us when times are rough, when times are hard. Does everybody understand that? So, that's what this beautiful chapter, wait, by the way, let me fix this. I'm doing so much on these computers, I done messed up the screen share. Hold on. Okay. So that's what Allah is letting us know in this wonderful chapter. Okay. Also in this chapter of the Quran, Allah speaks about our beginning too. He speaks about how He created us. He reminds us that we were all created by Him from a tiny drop of water. And it's amazing how Allah made us all from a tiny drop of water, but we're all special and we're all unique in our own way. We all come from the same source. But even though we come from the same source, we're all different. And we're all special. We're all unique. Even though we start small, Allah can bring us back to life. And Allah will bring us back to life. And Allah will judge us on the day of judgment. So this teaches us that we are always under Allah's care from the beginning of our birth until the end of our lives. Okay? So he tells us that in this beautiful chapter of the Quran too. And also in this beautiful chapter, Allah speaks about the day when everything will be exposed about us, when all secrets will be revealed, and that's the day of judgment. On that day, everyone will see the good and the bad of what they've did. Nobody will be able to hide anything from Allah. So this reminds us that when we're living our lives in this world, to always be kind, to always be honest, to always be truthful and good, and do what makes Allah happy, because he sees everything. So when you get those whispers to do bad from your personal jinn, think twice. Listen to the angel of the heart that tells you not to do it. Because you may get away with that bad thing now, but Allah is going to expose it on the day of judgment. Also, this chapter of the Quran speaks about how people who don't believe in Allah and who try to make trouble for those of us who do will be punished. And Allah promises that he does know their plans. And he has his own special plan that's better than theirs. So this reminds us that no matter what happens, Allah is always in control and has the best plan. And that's why I tell you Muslims, you have to stop freaking out about what's happening in the world today, because Allah is in control. The war that's going on. There's always going to be war. Allah sends war to cleanse the earth of bad people. We got bad Muslims and we got bad non-Muslims. People are going to die. Okay? That's a part of life. Okay? Allah is in control. There's nothing you can do to stop that. He has a plan. You can't change his plan. You can't stop his plan. He's in control. So all we have to do is go with Allah's plan. Check yourself. Make sure that if his plan affects you, if death comes to you, when the war comes to you, that you go out with the dignity that the righteous believers are going out with. Make sure that when the war comes to you, that you don't go out with the indignity that the kafir are going out with. Okay? So stop freaking out about what's happening in the war. Allah is in control. The power, the might is in his hands. And this ain't the first time Allah has sent war to the earth. The prophet and his companions were at war from the time he received the call to prophethood until all of them died. They all died at war. So this is life. He's in control. Okay, so we have to submit to his plan. We have to accept that Allah is in charge and he knows best. So this chapter of the Quran is a beautiful reminder that Allah is aware of everything. Allah, he knows everything. Allah, he's with us, guiding us and protecting us. Just like he protects the Quran, he also protects those who believe in him and who follow his teachings. And when we face challenges in this life, we should remember that Allah's plan will always win and he will take care of us. Remember, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam made dua before he died. And one of the supplications he made was, he said, "Oh Allah, never allow the enemies of Islam to overpower us." And Allah answered him. He said, "I will never allow the enemies of Islam to overpower or destroy your nation." He said, "But the destruction of your nation will come from themselves. The Muslims will oppress and overpower and destroy themselves. They will kill each other and destroy each other, but never will the oppressors of the Muslims destroy them." So I tell you Muslims today, y'all need to learn that. You know, we will never be destroyed by our enemies, not by the Jews, not by the Christians, not by America. Our destruction is going to come from ourselves. Just like we see happening today, making takfir against each other, killing each other, damning each other, disrespecting each other. Okay? So, read this chapter of the Quran, At-Tariq, the night visitor. And the next time you read it, ponder the meaning of what Allah is saying. Because this chapter of the Quran is a beautiful message of hope that can be applied today. It's also a beautiful message of strength for those who truly believe in Allah, because it's a reminder that Allah sees everything and that we should all trust in his plan, and we should all hold tight to our faith to the best that we can. And so now I'm going to ask you a few questions just to see how well you guys understood the summarization of this magnificent chapter of the Quran. First question, true or false? This chapter of the Quran means the bright star. True or false? Go ahead, Asma and Najma.
False.
Do you guys agree?
Yes.
Yes.
Good job. This is false. What does this chapter, Surat At-Tariq, mean? What does it mean?
It means the night visitor.
Good job. It means the night visitor. Good job. Next question. True or false? This chapter speaks of how people can hide their thoughts from Allah. True or false? Brother Shuaib.
False.
Do you guys agree?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Good job. This is false. In fact, this chapter says the opposite. It speaks of how you cannot hide your thoughts nor anything else from Allah. Good job. Next question. True or false? On the day of judgment, everyone's good and bad deeds will be shown. True or false, Tahira?
True.
Do you guys agree?
Yeah.
Good job. This is true. On the day of judgment, all our good and bad deeds will be shown. We won't be able to hide anything from Allah. Next question. True or false? Allah does not have a plan for those who harm the believers. True or false? Brother Shuaib.
False.
Do you guys agree?
Yeah.
Good job. This
Yeah.
is false. Allah does have a plan. So I want you guys to remember, for those of you crazy people who like to try to come into my streams and try to cause fitna when I'm teaching about Islam, and you think it's funny, you think it's cute, don't think that Allah don't have a plan against you. You better be careful. You better hope you don't get in a car accident. You better hope that a train don't run into your house. Something bad might happen to you. You better be careful. Next question. What does this chapter of the Quran teach us about Allah? Does it teach us that he sees us only during the daytime? Or does it teach us that he only watches over adults? Or does it teach us that he watches over us always, just like the stars? Go ahead, Asma and Najma.
He watches us over us always like the stars.
Do you guys agree?
Yes.
Good job. Exactly. Allah watches us always, just like the stars. Subhanallah. Next question. Who knows all of our secrets? Is it your parents? Is it your friends? Or is it only Allah? Go ahead, Tahira.
Only Allah.
You guys agree?
Yeah.
Exactly. Only Allah knows all your secrets. Only Allah. Good job. You can't hide nothing from him. Next question. What will happen on the day of judgment? We will see our deeds. We will all go to sleep, or we will have fun. Go ahead, Shuaib.
We will see our deeds.
Do you guys agree?
Yes.
Good,
Yes.
good job. So I want y'all to remember that, because there's a lot of people that think on the day of judgment you're just going to go to sleep. Nope. You're going to see your deeds. And most people are going to hell after that. Most people are going straight to hell after that. So that summarizes what chapter what the chapter of the night visitor is all about. I want you guys to read that chapter tonight and think about what Allah is saying. So now I'm going to go over the hadith for this week. And again, this is the book entitled He Was. This book can be purchased on Amazon for only $10. This book is written by Sheikh Muhammad Saeed Atli. And that's a picture of him. Okay. And tonight we're going to go over the hadith that addresses how the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam disliked certain names. How he disliked certain names. One of the companions tell us the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam did not take omens from anything, but when he sent out an agent, he asked about his name. If he liked his name, he would be happy, and his happiness would show on his face. But if he did not like the person's name, you could see his displeasure on his face. Also, when he went into a town, he would ask the name of the town. And if he liked the town's name, you could see his happiness. But if he did not like the name of the town, it would show on his face too. So you learn from this hadith, guys, we have to be careful at the names that we give to things, not because of superstition, but just because you don't want to give a bad name to something that's good, or a good name to something that's bad, because it can be confusing to the people. For example, like today, look how many people look at alcohol as being something good because they call it the drink of happiness. Look how many Muslim kids are drinking alcohol and smoking drugs, happy pills. Look how many children are taking drugs, popping pills that are narcotics, making them high because they are being told that these are their happy pills to make them happy. So we have to be careful with the type of giving good names to things that are bad, or bad names to things that are good. For example, a woman who is strong in her voice like I am, you want to call me a mean and evil woman when I have to be strong in my voice. Because if I wasn't strong in my voice, you guys hear the type of men that I'm dealing with. I'm dealing with men who are in the penitentiary. I'm dealing with men who are rude. I'm dealing with men who are very disrespectful, who say the filthiest things to women. If I were to get up in here speaking with a soft, United Kingdom sexy voice, that wouldn't be nice, would it, to these type of men I'm dealing with on these programs? You know, my voice ain't mean. I have to be strong. Since when was strength considered mean? Okay, so we have to be careful, giving good names to bad things and bad names to good things. Okay, and that's what our prophet taught us. And also, if he met a person who did have a bad name, he would change it to something good. And if he had, he would do that. For example, if he had a companion, if he had a companion whose name was arrogance, he would change it to niceness. Okay? So be careful at the names that we give to people and the names we give to places. Why would you refer to a person's house as being scary? That's going to make people not want to visit that house anymore. Why would you refer to a mosque as being scary? That scary mosque. That's going to make people not want to go there to pray anymore. So we learn from this hadith, be careful of the names that we give to people and places. So that's the hadith that I wanted to share for this week. And also, alhamdulillah, I know I'm messing up with the, can y'all see the PowerPoint? Okay. And that's the that's the chapter of the Quran I wanted to share for this week too. So I'm going to stop right here. I want to also remind everybody, we have the Caliphate, the class with Brother Mukhtar, the Caliphate of Umar, radiallahu anha. That'll be in 15 minutes. So I'm going to log back in 15 minutes with that class. And also we have my class, which is the Mecca Siddiq Tafsir of Surat Ibrahim at 9:30. Make sure you guys are here for that class too. Okay? And also for those people who were here for the Islam Q&A show last Friday, I did post up the answers to the questions that were asked. Go to the YouTube channel click on the tab that says shorts, and you will see my answers to the questions about the names of Allah. You can share them on the different platforms. So I want to thank everybody for joining. Inshallah, I'll log back in 15 minutes with Brother Mukhtar's class. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Assalamu alaikum. Good job for the kids and good job for the new shahadas too. I saw all of your answers, and for the brothers, for the new shahada brothers that participated, good job on your answers too. So I'll be back in 15 minutes. Subhanakallahumma. I'll see you guys then. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.